Hello there, beautiful souls, beautiful humans. How are you doing? Rosie Glow here. Welcome to Co-Creating StarPeace Utopia. You are in the right place. If you are a beautifully awakening soul that is seeking to co-create a whole new earth paradigm, we are in the business of co-creating personal paradises and collective paradises. For those of you who are new to me, I connect those souls and humans who are ready to their divine consciousness, to their divine human self, and activate their soul blueprint. So the whole purpose of this is really for each of us to remember why we came here in the first place, specifically relevant to those of you who consider yourselves to be empaths or starseeds. I see you as one of the same, and I am one too. So hello, hello, hello. And I think it's a very important conversation here as we come into the full moon in Leo and the opportunity for healing here on the deepest level. I'm a Leo. I know lots of Leos, and really the Leo energy is the energy of the divine child. But in order for us to truly access this energy of the divine child and co-create from a place where we know our needs are important, our wants are important, then we have to firstly heal, bring to light the aspects of us that are wounded, the aspects of us that feel like whatever we do, it's not good enough, that however hard we try, we're going to fail, that we're doomed no matter what, because there's something wrong with us. It doesn't matter what anyone else says, there's fundamentally something wrong with us. We are flawed, and therefore we're not able to have the rewards, the gifts, the joys that others can have. It's always available to someone else. None of that is true. That is all conditioning. And, we are programmed to believe this stuff. We're programmed to believe it specifically in our society and also through our religious conditioning. And I'm here to really spread the message that our connection to the divine is something that we access through our own hearts, through our own consciousness. And it is such a joy when humans decide to access their soul consciousness and to live as their divine human selves. I'm incredibly passionate about it because of how my own life has changed. And this is literally the invitation to move from living your life struggling and enduring to actually living your life thriving and enjoying. And that is the invitation of this particular full moon. Got some really lovely aspects of, to support us to access the energy of being really open to sharing our energy, our gifts, knowing that we are tapped into an overflowing cup rather than giving from finite resource. So I actually heard something interesting very recently. I was looking at a little live that Teal Swan had done about whether being an empath is actually a trauma response. And, it's really important to look at this because ultimately one thing that I see is really common amongst starseeds is the fact that we all tend to choose challenging early life conditions even in order for us to be able to remember the mastery that we've already gained as souls. We choose the bloodlines we're born into. Typically they're lower vibrational bloodlines. That's the story for starseeds now, but not the next generation coming in. And the sympathetic nervous system response has always been known as fight, flight, freeze, but there is another element called fawning, as in people pleasing, as in falling over yourself to be able to try and keep someone else sweet and happy. And if you think about this, my area of expertise is in pre-birth influences and the first 7 years of life. And we're basically programming ourselves, and we're programmed before we program ourselves to be able to adapt to the environment we're going to be born into, to learn what it is that we need to do to show up as in order to be taken care of, in order to be loved, to be nurtured, to be fed, to be watered, to not be abandoned, right? This is all part of our hard wiring. What ends up happening is, as empaths, we become hypersensitive to the emotional states of others. We're sort of like on defense. We're constantly on alert as to whether the world is safe or it isn't. Can I ask for what I want? Do I need to be quiet? So it would make sense that developing these hypersensitivity emotional skills that we have to be able to feel others' emotions, even others' physical pain. And if you are like me, a soul empath, then you can actually tap into the soul consciousness of those who you are tuning into, whether they're family members or whether they're friends, whoever they may be. You can see their potential, you can see their wounding. Now, all of this is great when you're an adult and you've integrated and resolved and done all sorts of wonderful things to come to your center. But as a child, we're literally learning how to be and to guarantee our own survival. That's what this is all about. And in the end, what is a gift, which is our sensitivity, can end up really working against us because we're just constantly overloading our own energy system and our physical cellular memory because we keep absorbing other people's trauma stories, other people's challenges. And so the world becomes more and more painful. And many of us are really tied up with wanting to save the world and make the world a better place. This is all wonderful, okay, but we can't do it from a wounded space ourselves. We can't be really effective. And that brings me to really the theme of what we're exploring with this full moon, which is transmuting pain to pleasure. Transmuting the pain story, the victim story that we potentially have into one where we empower ourselves, where we become the hero of our own journey, the heroine of our own journey. And we are able to move through pain into pleasure because we learn to stop resisting that which is uncomfortable and unfamiliar, and we learn to lean into that which normally we would contract away from. This is all really important work, and it's exactly what I teach in my coaching programs, because when you don't fear pain anymore, when you don't fear fear, when you don't allow these things to stop you moving forward, there is a sense of limitlessness and invincibility that we can access, which is our soul consciousness. Yes, our humans are limited. The human self, it is finite, it is limited. There is this sense that we're not invincible, not as humans, but our soul energy is. Energy is energy is energy. It just changes form. So this full moon, I'm now hosting my full moon light language transmissions, personal healings and world services over on my StarPeace Facebook group. And I ask you to join me by signing up to the Zoom link. It's free. Okay, this is my world service to the world monthly. You can go into the text box and access how you can register. And I'm offering a little pre-party before we actually go live in the group, where I get to interact with you all before we've hit record and just find out what's going on for you, so we can weave whatever is happening for you in this now moment into our co-creation. And if you're new to my co-creation meditations, they're reality crafting meditations. We access the feeling vibration of where we want to be, and then we clear up resistance using some of the tools that I use in my coaching program. So you can really have a little taste of what is possible when you take your own story and you allow yourself to use you as an example of healing that then has this phenomenal impact on everyone around you. That's what we're doing. We're choosing to be the acupuncture needles of love and light that bring source consciousness through our bodies to this earth, that feed us and help us to grow and thrive. And then we transmit that energy out. And the light language that comes through is always to bypass your mind, your thinking self, and to actually get you to a place where you can just allow a healing to happen without any major drama occurring in your life. Now, I wanted to just sort of touch on this whole selfish to self-giving, because part of the story of our pain stories, our victim stories, our challenges, if you like, from our early life is that our personal needs were not met. We got the message that on some level we're not important. Our needs don't count. They're not as important as someone else's, mums, dads, our brothers, our sisters, whoever else we felt that we were not able to speak louder than or be seen more than. And very often what happens when we were little and we did express our needs, or we did, get interested in our own journey and, wanted to speak up for what we wanted, we got told we're selfish. We got told that we can't have more. We got told that we should be grateful for what we have and we should always put the needs of others first. And, good people, take last, give first, etc., etc. And we build this really dodgy profile of what it means to be a good human. Okay. So when you do actually meet your own needs, when you get clear on what it is you want and what you need in order to feel good, to feel safe, to thrive, then what ends up happening is you end up being an example for others. They see you journeying, going from a place of struggle to a place of liberation, and they're interested in your journey. It's exactly what's happened for me. The majority of my clients that started when I began as a coach saw my transitions. They were like, what's she been doing? I want what she's got, right? And that's what snowballs. Now, when we have clients come in, they're often recommendations from other clients because it's like the transformation is evident. Give me some of that, please. So I really want you to know that at any one moment, you can get a snapshot, you can get a taste of the you that is available for you to embody. And in order for that version of you to become your reality, to become your now self, there is a journey that we each need to go on. And that journey is unplugging from the fear matrix and plugging into the divine matrix. This is exactly what this channel is about. StarPeace Eutopia, with an E, is about conceiving a possible reality that's different to this one. It's not impossible, it is achievable for you. And this is about building these steps from where you are to where you want to be. So when we're going to transmute a pain story into a pleasure story, it's really about allowing ourselves to understand that we are worthy and deserving of feeling good, of enjoying, that we haven't come to this life to suffer. We haven't come to this life to endure. Maybe we've got soul memories of those experiences. Maybe we've inherited the bloodline memories that tell us this is the way it has to be because it's the way it's been for a long time. But it's not the way it's always been. And we can all access deep within us that feeling vibration that comes from our imagination of being in a different state, of not being where we are, but actually imagining what it would feel like to be in another situation, a situation where the current problem we perceive doesn't exist anymore. So most of us are very heavily identifying with our pain stories. We're very heavily identifying with the challenges, the traumas we have experienced in our lives, whether early or later in life. And if you want things to change, then it's important to identify with a new story. So when we work with the Leo energy, it's like expansive, solar, the sun rules Leo, right? And the sun is our local source point. So we have all these stargates between the sun in our solar system and then the suns in our galaxies and beyond our galaxy and through our universe to the multiverse and the omniverse, and everything is feeding down through to our sun. So we get to bathe in this lovely magnanimous energy, in this sense of expansive visioning of what could be possible. And some of the I am statements that we're going to embed are: I am safe shining my light. I am confident, uplifted, and positive. I am allowing the generosity of my spirit to flow. I am visible, radiant, and magnetic as my divine human self. I am plentiful. I am divine joy, hope, and encouragement. Now, if you were saying these things to yourself every day, if you were talking to yourself in the mirror, if you were actually embodying these energies, these frequencies, how different do you feel your life would be? Because I know there's a lot of us, and this is the shadow side of the Leo energy, that feel like, we're constantly being asked to give more. No matter how much we give, it's not enough. Or we may feel taken for granted, that our efforts are not being rewarded or even seen. And there's that sense of seeking to be a good person, but everyone else is getting the goodies except me. Why is that? Well, we're not prioritizing our own needs as important, and it's essential we do that. So if you would like to join me for this world service, they're typically an hour long. Okay, you will want to go to the text box and register. It's going to be on Friday at 1 p.m. The full moon's on Sunday, so we're building the energy. Okay, the live will be on Friday, but of course you can register at any point or join the Facebook group to be able to access the light language transmission, world service, and personal healing. Really get a sense of what it feels like to access the feeling codes, okay, the vibrational codes of the I am statements I just gave you, and to let go of any residual resentment that has been building up through the winter months, anything that you've needed to get off your chest, anything that has felt like it's been unsaid or is in the way. And part of it is letting go of that struggle story, okay, that no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, no matter this, no matter what, that ain't going to bring you what you want. So we're going to be transmuting that. Mwah. So much love to you. Please do comment. Do let me know how you find what I'm talking about and what it's bringing up for you. And if you'd like to know more about my coaching opportunities, then again, what I would invite you to do is to look at the link in the text box to book a desire mapping call, so we can dive in and see what's going on for you in terms of where you are in your life and where you'd actually like to go and what's in the way. Obviously, I offer all sorts of wonderful sharings and gifts in terms of freebies that you can access through my website and through the StarPeace Facebook group. But if you're serious about doing some work, you really want to take the deep dive and align all aspects of your being with your higher self-consciousness, then there is a course that we offer as a group program called Fearless, Loved Up and Limitless. And then I also offer one-to-one work for those of you who are the creatives, the creative directors, the visionaries, the leaders of the new earth that would like to plug into your soul blueprint, like to plug into your divinity and co-create from your higher self rather than your conditioning, your programming. That's so important for the leaders of this world today. And it's why I take that very seriously in terms of my one-to-one work. All in all, I just want to invite you into this idea that you can truly make a change in this world by making a change in your own personal world, by putting yourself first, starting to recognize how important it is to meet your own needs. The world around you will truly change as a result of that, and you will see that you are having an impact way beyond any impact you have had before. So all you need to do is book a call. There'll be some questions to answer, and then we will come back to you and we'll be able to sort of let you know what is available to you in terms of where you're at on your journey. The key is take action, because fortune favors the brave. And I know when I first started to take actions in the direction of where I am now, how scary and exciting it was. And this is the point, is can you ride that edge of transmuting anxiety into excitement, transmuting pain into pleasure? This is what it's all about. This is what it means to co-create reality. And it means we drop the limitation stories off and we create something completely new from what once upon a time seemed like it wasn't possible. It becomes possible, and that's the miracle. So much love to you for now. Check the text box for everything that I've said. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe. Hit the notifications tab and all videos, then you know every time I'm live. Loads of love. Take care, beautiful ones. Loads more to come on this channel. I've been changing my groove. I've got some wonderful people to introduce you to. Keep an eye on what's coming next. Bye-bye.